Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. I'm Aram, joined by Steve Ramirez, and behind the camera, Fred J. Robledo.
That's right.
Guys, we have a very nice Mid-Valley Division game going down Friday night. Both teams 1-0. Both teams very impressive last week, scoring victories over Mission Valley League opponents that we could be talking none other than Montebello 1-0 hosting Northview 1-0.
Big game, big game. Can you talk about Stevie's spiffy-looking outfit, by the way? You know, he's
well, of course. This is the new Stevie.
Yeah.
He wears Stevie as of last
wherever
year.
you see him, he's got his Tom Landry shirt and tie wherever he goes. I'm waiting for the little hat. I think he'd be perfect in one of those Tom Landry hats. I think that would be the last thing that sets him off. But I like the look.
More than his sharp duds, I want to talk to Stevie about this. This is, I believe, the third time in a year that these two teams are playing. They played in the non-league last year. They played in the playoffs last year. Northview won both those games. The second one in the playoffs was a little bit closer. And now here they are back at it again.
Yeah, I mean, these two teams obviously know a lot about each other. Coach Zavala, the defensive coordinator at Montebello, coached at Northview.
That's right.
And like I said, this is the third meeting. Last year's first meeting wasn't close at all. Northview controlled that game from the start. And the playoff was a little bit closer, although Northview pulled away at the end. I think they won by 18 or 19 points. But I think this is going to be a very close game.
Yeah, now last week I was at the Montebello win over El Monte, and yes, El Monte moved the ball on them, and yes, El Monte, was stopped on downs 4 times in the first half in Montebello territory, and yes, El Monte, had some big plays and showed some things, but also El Monte has some good skill players. I mean, they have a QB that could start just about anywhere in the valley, and they have a running back that can do the same thing. So it was a good performance by Montebello, but then Montebello threw back at El Monte what everyone knows is coming and just can't seem to stop in this division, and that's Isaac Mendebles. I mean, 2 kickoff returns for touchdown, a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown. If he gets in the open field in this division, no one's running him down. I mean, this guy's got moves, he's quick, you can't get to him, and eventually he busts it open, and you're not going to run him down from behind. He's got to come up huge again, because Northview, I mean, they have 2 or 3 or 4 skill guys that can change a game. Montebello pretty much has one.
Yeah, not only that, even for this division, Northview is pretty physical. I mean, they've got some guys who I'm sure going to be able to match up with Montebello. I mean, this isn't the El Monte defense they're about to play this week.
No.
This isn't a team that's gonna go for it on 4th and 18 from their own 20. They're going to play smart. Northview, I think Stevie talked about it in the offseason, that not only do they have a lot coming back, now they've got their sophomore quarterback, they've got an experienced running back, they had a couple of transfers in there, and they already had a pretty solid team coming back. I mean, this is a team that's favored, I think, to win the Valley Vista League. I think they're going to be a CIF contender when the playoffs start, and I think this is going to be a much, much better test for both teams this week. I think Montebello is going to really see what a real defense kind of looks like, because let's face it, El Monte, they just give up a lot of points, and I think Mendebles is really going to have his hands full finding that open space this week that he had last week.
And this game is going to be kind of a playoff preview. I mean, I could see both of these teams possibly getting to the Final Four of the Mid Valley, and Montebello got off to that bad start last year, but once they got in the league, they kind of found their confidence, and they were able to go to the quarterfinals. And like I said, Northview had some good players back. Both of their running backs, the quarterback, a few guys on defense. They're kind of young on the offensive line, but they appear to have adapted quickly.
You got to give Marcelo Perez too a lot of credit, because when he started with that program, they were as low as they had been in a while, and you look at them now. I mean, they're the best team that plays at district field. And that includes South Hills, and that includes Covina. I just think they are. I think
you really think so? I mean, South Hills won the Palomares League last year.
Yeah, with an asterisk next to it. But can we please put the asterisk next to it? They're
1-0 this year.
Yeah, they won the Palomares League. Yeah.
You think Northview beats South Hills, Fred?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely.
I think it'd be an interesting game.
Absolutely, without question. I don't know why they don't play each other. South Hills in that there's nothing to gain,
right?
And Northview would really like to, they would like a piece of them. Put it that way.
It dates back to the Bogan era, from what I understand. That's
Yes.
why South Hills doesn't play Covina either. But what we should mention, though, Freddie mentioned that they got some transfers in. However, the biggest one of them all, Dominic Ramirez, the stud receiver from Azusa, who we had on our preseason all-area team, he's not playing until October 5th. He's one of these sit-out period guys. He won't be eligible for Northview until October 5th, so that's a bit of a break for the teams that get to see them now as opposed to later. But the buzz this offseason about Northview was that they're not nearly as physical at the line of scrimmage as they were last year. And last year they had a bunch of killers up front on both sides of the ball. Now, skill position-wise, they're as good as anything. You know, you talk about Hooper, Cooper, Grijalva, Comstock, I mean, Ayers now, and then you'll throw in Ramirez later. They're going to be just fine. But this Montebello team, man, they are physical. They will make you work for it. I think they're plenty capable of giving them a game in this spot. I'm picking Northview, but I think this could be an even better game than, like, you know, following the progression of blowout to somewhat competitive in the playoffs last year to now this game. I think this one will be more competitive than the first two. But I got Northview getting the win on the road. What do you think?
Yeah, I got Northview getting this win. I think it's going to be a really close game. I mean, that game last year, the one in the regular season, there were some big plays by Northview. It almost seemed like Montebello was out of position a lot, and they allowed some big chunks of yardage, and they corrected that in the playoff game, and I think they're going to correct it even more. But I'm just not sure they have enough to beat Northview.
All right, Freddie, what do you think?
Yeah, I've got Northview too, and then probably by a little bit more than a touchdown. Northview last week, what did they win? 37-24? Yeah, they gave up a lot of points in a game I thought would be a little bit more lopsided.
It was 27-24 in the third quarter. Northview had, I think Northview led 27-8. Then Rosemead came storming back, made it 27-24, then Northview was able to put the finishing touches on.
As good as I think Northview is and is going to be, I just thought they were going to be able to handle that game a little easier than they did.
That's a defending league champ, Rosemead.
Yeah,
With a lot of skill guys back, Nava, QB. You know, again, we're talking about two teams that played two good Mission Valley League teams.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you know, I think it's a great win by Northview last week. But you got Northview.
I got Northview. I think we all got Northview.
Yeah, so that means Montebello probably looking pretty good. Anyway, get out there. I think Stevie's going to be out there for this one on Friday night at Montebello, 7 o'clock. Big Mid-Valley Division showdown. Northview at Montebello.